Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another episode of Snuggles and Storytime. My name is Amanda, and I'm so glad that you could join me today. Today, I have a great story to share with you. It's all about the upcoming holiday of Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa is a holiday that comes after Christmas and is celebrated by people who have an African background. So maybe they live in Africa, or maybe their great-great-grandparents or grandparents were from Africa. So they celebrate Kwanzaa. We're going to read our story in just a little bit, but before we get started, you know what we have to do. We have to say hello. Please put your hands up so you can join me. Are you ready? Here we go. Hello, all my friends, how are you? Hello, all my friends, how are you? With a jiggle, 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 and a wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Hello, all my friends, how are you? Today, we've got a great story. It's called Together for Kwanzaa. So Kwanzaa, like I said, is a holiday that comes after Christmas. For some people who have an African background. And being together is important for Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa is a time where families come together and they do things together, and it's very important for them. Today's story is written by Juwanda G. Ford and illustrated by Shelly Hehenberger. It's got pretty pictures. Are you ready? Here we go. It was the first day of Kwanzaa, and Kelly was sad. Her big brother, Kari, couldn't come home for the holidays because of the heavy snowstorm. It had closed all the roads around his school. Kayla always missed Kahari while he was away, but this was worse than ever. Now they would have to start Kwanzaa without him. Kwanzaa was Kayla's favorite time of the year. She loved celebrating her African heritage and doing special things with her family. But how could she enjoy Kwanzaa this year if Kahari wasn't a part of it? Kayla tried to cheer up. After dressing in colorful African clothes, she began to set the Kwanzaa table. First, she put down the mukili, a traditional straw mat. On top of the mika, she placed the kinara, the Kwanzaa candle holder. The kinara holds 7 candles, one for each night of Kwanzaa. A black candle in the middle, 3 candles on the left, 3 candles on the right. The colors stand for different things. Black for the African people, red for their struggles, and green for hope and good fortune. Each night of Kwanzaa, families light candles and celebrate one of the 7 Kwanzaa principles, which are ideas that help the people grow strong. The principles help to guide them through Kwanzaa, but are practiced all year long. There is a different principle for each day of Kwanzaa. Every year, Kayla and Kahari would share the Kwanzaa greeting. Hambari Gain? Kiari would say. The greeting is from a Swahili language. It means, what's happening today? Kayla would answer with a Kwanzaa principle for the day. Many Swahili words are used for Kwanzaa. Kayla sighed. It just wouldn't be the same without Kahari there tonight. Kayla's parents helped her place fruits and vegetables on the mika. The fruits and vegetables were called mazo. They represented the harvest and the importance of working together. Here's the corn, said Kayla. Do you remember the Swahili word? Her mother asked. Muhidin, Kayla answered. Muhidi represented children in the family. She put 2 ears of corn next to each of the other Kwanzaa symbols, one for her and one for Kahari. When the table was ready, Kayla's mother helped her light the black candle. Kayla knew that they would light a red candle on the second night and a green one on the next, and so on until all the candles were burning on the last night. Since Kahari wasn't there, Kayla's father greeted her. "Harabigim," he said. Kayla answered with the first principle of Kwanzaa, Umoju, she said. Umoju means unity. Kayla's father poured a few drops of water from the Kikubim Ju Amoji, or the unity cup, to remember and honor the ancestors. At Kwanzaa, everyone drinks from the unity cup to celebrate family and community unity. Kayla and her family practice unity all year by spending time together as a family. Kayla especially loved family movie night. They would rent movies, eat pizza, and popcorn all night long. Thinking about movie night made Kayla miss Kahari even more. The next night, Kayla's father lit the black candle and the first red candle. He said, Kujichakalia, which is the second principle of Kwanzaa. It means self-determination, or deciding what you want to be and do. Kayla decided that she wanted to go to college just like Kahari and study to become a scientist. On the third night, the phone rang. Just as Kayla was lighting the first green candle, it was Kahari. Hajariyim, Kahari said. Ujima, Kayla answered. Ujima is the third principle of Kwanzaa. It means working together and being responsible. One way Kayla and her family practiced Ujima during the year was by participating in school's bake sales. The teachers, parents, and students all worked together to raise money for the community. The fourth candle, the black candle, 1 green candle, and 2 red candles were lit on the fourth night. Kayla was really happy tonight. The roads were cleared and Kahari was on his way home. The principle of the fourth night of Kwanzaa was Ujoma. Ujoma means cooperative economics, or supporting African American businesses. Kayla and her parents loved shopping at Tubman Square, where African Americans made handmade jewelry, hats, and clothes. The phone rang, and Kayla ran to answer it. "Hey, Kahari, are you almost home?" she asked. Kahari explained that his car had broken down on the way. It would take a few days to get it fixed. Kayla burst into tears. There were only 3 days of Kwanzaa left. "Kahari, you'll miss everything," she said. "Don't cry, sweetie," Kahari said. "I'll see you real soon, I promise." She sounds really sad, doesn't she? Yeah. On the fifth night, Kayla's mom lit the candles. Tonight's principle was Niu, or purpose. Kayla decided that her purpose would be to be the best little sister she could be. She made Kahari a special Kwanzaa scrapbook, telling him all about how the family celebrated that year. Kuumba, or creativity, is the principle for the 6th day of Kwanzaa. After the last red candle was lit, Kayla and her parents made lots of decorations for the Karamu that night. The Karamu is a festival where families celebrate with friends and loved ones. Kayla made a flag using Kwanzaa colors. It was red, black, and green, just like the candles in the Kinara. Soon there was a knock at the door. Kayla ran to answer it. "Kahari!" she yelled as she opened the door wide. "No, not Kahari. But Grandma and Grandpa are here." Kayla was glad to see her grandparents, but she couldn't help but be disappointed that Kahari still hadn't arrived. She kept hoping that somehow he'd get home before Kwanzaa was over. There were many knocks on the door from friends and family. It's hard to be sad with so many people around. everyone was home enjoying Karamu. There was so much food, and they even had to have a separate table for the desserts. No one heard Kahari at the front door, so he just walked in. Kayla squealed with delight when she saw him. "You made it!" Kayla said, smiling. "I took a taxi to a bus," he answered, "just to see you." Kayla hugged Kahari as tight as she could. "Imani," Kahari whispered on the last night of Kwanzaa. Together all the candles glowed brightly. Imani means faith, believing in yourself and others. "I believe in our family," Kayla said as they opened their zawadi, or gifts. Kayla knew that zawadi should be homemade or educational. She gave everyone a photo of the family in a frame she made from old newspapers. Everyone loved their zawadi, especially Kahari. The end. That's a special time, isn't it? Their family was together. They got to have a big surprise of Kahari coming home. I think that's a great thing. If you celebrate Kwanzaa, I wish you a great Kwanzaa and a great time with your family. And if you don't celebrate Kwanzaa, we learned something more today. It's always good to learn new things. Until next time, my friends. Bye-bye.